Hey, Steve here, and I want to welcome you back to the channel where today I'm going to be discussing a very important financial topic, and that is how to pay yourself first. If you don't understand what that means, then please stick around until the very end of the video because this is going to change your life. And if this is your first time here, I ask you please subscribe down below, click that bell icon to be notified of all future videos that we put out. And with that, let's get started. So normally, when you get your paycheck, most people put it into their checking account. All 100% of their paycheck goes into the checking account. And then from there, you'll pay out your bills and you'll go ahead and do your personal shopping, because you need to have your latest, greatest phone. You want those shoes, you want the jacket, the dress, the hat, whatever those materialistic items are that you think that you need, you will then spend that money to get those items. Or I should say, then you'll go out to dinner, you'll go out for have drinks, go to the movies, and spend on the entertainment. But that's not how you want to be doing this. I'm going to show you the right way and what it means to actually pay yourself first. So, when you get paid, you're going to see if your payroll company or the HR department can set up automatic withdrawals from your paycheck that's going to automatically go into a savings account. Now, we're not just going to use the savings account at your bank, because if you were to go into your bank and use their savings account, first of all, the interest rate is horribly low. Secondly, it's going to be way too easy for you to instantly transfer money from that savings account over to your checking account when you want to spend that money. So we're going to do yourself a favor and we're going to set up an online checking account or savings account. So you can just go to Google and you can just Google high interest or high yield interest savings accounts. And I'm not going to put any affiliate links down below because I'm not here, to make money. I'm here to educate everyone and tell my journey in life to help you get debt free. So with that, I use Ally Bank, and it's as of this video, the APY that they're paying out is about 3.8%. So the third day of every month, I get 3.8% of whatever's in my savings account. So what I do is I take out 10% automatically out of my paycheck, and it gets put into my savings account. And in these online savings accounts, you can set up different buckets. And these buckets are free to open up. There's no fee to have them. And you can create buckets for different things. So the first bucket I always create is the emergency fund bucket. So that way, if I just take, let's say, 5% of my savings and I put it into the first bucket, my emergency fund, it's there. The emergency fund, I know they say the magic number is always around like $1,000, but with inflation and the way today's society is now, I'm going to say, if you have kids, it's closer to $1,500 to $2,000 in that emergency fund. Because as of this video, it was 80-something% of the people in this world could not afford a $500 surprise expense. They would be screwed and they'd have to go back and use their credit cards. And you don't want to use your credit cards. So going back to the savings, if I take 5% and put into my first bucket, which is the emergency fund, I have a second bucket set up for what I call the generosity fund. And this is when I can, donate to my church or donate to those in need. It's being generous with your money. So this is something that is very important to do. You have to do this regardless of how much money you make. So with that, like I said, I got 5% into bucket one, 5% into bucket two. Now those percentages you can change them however you see fit, depending on how much you get paid. Now if you can't afford to do the 5% into each bucket, just do 2 into each. But the most important thing is to get it started. Because if you don't start now, you're not going to start ever. And you're just going to keep making excuses. And excuses don't equal results. You want to see results from your efforts. So this is going to be your new payment system going forward today. So like I said, when you get your paycheck, you're going to have your employer or payroll company automatically transfer the funds into your savings account. It has to be done automatic, because if you manually have to do this step, you're never going to do it. That's why you want to get out of sight, out of mind. If you can't see it happening, you already know it's automatically there. You don't have to worry about it at that point in time. Because if you really wanted to set up a savings account or start setting up a savings goal, you would have already done that and you wouldn't be in the situation you are right now. So once the automation is done for you, the rest of that money then goes into your checking account where you can pay your bills. You're not going to go out and do any kind of shopping. You're not going to go out and have any kind of dinner, movies, drinks, none of that, because you've got debt. and you have to get that debt paid off first. Once this debt is paid off, because you're going to be funneling all of the leftover money. So once you have your emergency fund established, you can then take that percentage and put that into your debt. So we get that debt paid off even sooner. And then after your debt is paid off, this is key. Once this is paid off, you're then going to go back and put even more money into your main savings account. And this is going to be like a buffer, essentially, or the next, if you were to lose your job, or God forbid something happens to you where you can't work and to provide for your family, you are going to have, hopefully we're going to try and get you to 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. This way, if something happens, you're covered. And the other thing is you're still going to continue to contribute to your generosity fund always, because this fund is going to be what you're going to do to help support people in this world. And the other thing is once you have your emergency savings fund, you can create a second, third, fourth. You can create as many buckets as you want to. If you wanted to do a bucket for college fund, or if you wanted a new car bucket, or Christmas bucket, or a vacation bucket, you can now go back and take out that percentage and move that percentage into the buckets that you're going to set up. Remember, there's no cost to create the buckets at all. It's just good to have your money separate this way, so you can visually log in and see, oh, we have saved up this much for our vacation, this much for the car, and this much for Christmas. When you see your progress, it gets addicting. It's like a natural high, because you want to see those numbers continue to increase. So you may even take out more than 10% and push them into those buckets. But like I said, the most important thing is you want to automate the process of the money going into your savings account. And once it's in your emergency fund, you do not touch it at all. Keep in mind, the nice thing about this is your cash is still liquid, so you can essentially, let's say there's an emergency, it would take 1 business day for your money to get from your online savings account into your checking account. 1 business day, which means weekends are exempt, but if you needed the money like right away, then it's not going to work that way, unfortunately. So if you can, going forward, this is how you're going to pay yourself first. Well, that is all for today's video, and I hope I was able to educate you some more on what it means to pay yourself first and why it is so important to actually do that. And if you have not already done so, I ask you please subscribe to this channel, click that bell icon down below so you can be notified of all future videos that I put out. And if you can, please share this video with your family and friends. And if you have any questions about what I went over in this video, leave those in the comments down below as well, and I will personally respond to those comments. And heck, I may even make a video for you. With that, have a God bless day. Thank you for watching.